Spider-Man Brand New Days trailer doesn't just tease a new chapter. It honestly feels like a soft reboot of the entire MCU Spider-Verse. There are so many layered details, comic parallels, and future setups packed into this trailer that if you don't break it down carefully, you're definitely going to miss a lot. First, let's talk about Spider-Man's new suit. At first glance, it's clear that the Stark Tech era is officially over. This time, the costume feels more cloth-based, combining Tobey Maguire's classic webbing style, Andrew Garfield's lean proportions, and Tom Holland's expressive eyes into one unique design. But the execution feels super fresh. It just looks really satisfying on screen. From the trailer shots, one thing is very clear. The web-slinging and action cinematography have been completely upgraded. There's a POV shot from inside the mask where we literally see the city through Peter's eyes. That's something the MCU has never attempted at this level before. The stunt work also looks incredible. In close-quarters fights, the environment is used creatively. Railings, walls, poles, everything becomes a prop. It makes Spider-Man feel more grounded and physical, while still highlighting his acrobatic nature. You can really tell that with Dustin involved, the movie has leveled up. It also looks like Peter has finally joined Empire State University, meaning we're officially entering the MCU's college-era Spider-Man. The campus scenes give off a warm, grounded New York vibe, and this is where we see Bruce Banner, possibly as a visiting or even regular professor, teaching advanced physics, specifically lattice quantum chromodynamics and space-time behavior. This isn't just a simple classroom scene. It subtly builds the foundation for future multiverse concepts and upcoming Avengers-level events. We also notice Banner's wrist device, clearly helping regulate or suppress his Hulk transformations. Because of Doctor Strange's spell, the entire world has forgotten Peter Parker's identity. But the trailer hints at an interesting loophole. Bruce Banner has to rebuild his connection with Peter from scratch. However, with Hulk, the situation could be different. Hulk's mind operates beyond magic and psychic influence, meaning there's a possibility that the Hulk persona still remembers Spider-Man. In the comics, Spider-Man and Hulk were actually pretty close friends, but the MCU hasn't explored that much yet. Maybe this movie finally builds that relationship. Another major emotional layer is MJ's current life. She seems happy, stable, and living in a world without Peter. The party scenes, her new boyfriend, her slightly more mature styling, and her reddish hair all suggest she's moved on. The guy she's with gives strong Paul from the comics vibes, a character fans heavily disliked because he replaced Peter in MJ's life. There are also subtle moments where MJ looks at Spider-Man posters or heroic moments and briefly blanks out, like something is trying to click in her mind, but she just can't fully process it. Now, one of the most striking aspects of the trailer is its horror tone. There's a scene where Peter falls from a web cocoon and hangs using what seems like organic webbing, because he no longer has web shooters. We also see excessive webbing in his room, hinting that this Spider-Man might be evolving into something like Man-Spider. Now, let's talk about the main villain, or rather, the wild card. The trailer only hints at them through a mysterious voice. There's a strong possibility of a mind control-based character. That's why rumors around Sadie Sink's character suggest she could have mind control abilities. In Spider-Man lore, very few villains can do this, like Mr. Negative or Purple Man, but none of them seem likely here. So either Marvel is hiding a huge secret, or the truth is right in front of us. What if mutants have always existed in the MCU, but someone erased everyone's memory of them? That someone could be Professor X. It sounds far-fetched, but it's one way to explain it. Another possibility? Sadie Sink could actually be Jean Grey. Now shifting back to action, the tank chase sequence looks insane. There's chaos everywhere. A mind-controlled driver, civilians at risk, Spider-Man fighting, and then suddenly, Punisher shows up in his van. No dialogue, just guns, and a tactical approach. There's even a moment where Spider-Man calls him Frank, implying they've either met before or Punisher is widely known. There's also a deeper layer here. Punisher might be actively hunting enhanced individuals, including Hulk-type beings. This sets up a moral conflict for Spider-Man. On one side, Banner, an Avenger. On the other, Frank Castle, an anti-hero with his own brutal code. This could turn Brand New Day into not just a superhero story, but a study of vigilante ethics. Spider-Man's villain roster finally feels strong here. Scorpion is a major highlight. His mechanical tailsuit looks intimidating, and long overdue since Homecoming's post-credit scene. We also get quick glimpses of villains like Boomerang and Tarantula, suggesting a broader street-level rogues gallery. Add to that the hand-style ninjas attacking with swords, which Spider-Man literally breaks. And New York now feels like a full-on battleground. Rumors also suggest Tombstone might be involved. If he's the mastermind, he could be funding villains like Scorpion and hiring groups like the Hand while exploiting the chaos for profit. So overall, Brand New Day seems to set up a multi-layered villain structure, with Spider-Man at the center, dealing not only with external threats, but also his own internal mutation struggle. The trailer repeatedly references spider life cycles and rebirth, not just to explain the mutation, but to define the theme of the entire trilogy. Red-tinted eyes, enhanced reflexes, stronger webs, and possibly new abilities like limited spider totem visions or multi-angle awareness. This could evolve Spider-Man into a version that rivals even the OG Avengers in experience, whether the world recognizes him or not. That was my quick breakdown. In the next video, I'll dive deeper into whether this transformation is more connected to Man-Spider or Spider Totem concepts. So if you don't want to miss that, make sure to subscribe. See you in the next video. Until then, bye.